Wednesday, October 13th, 2021, the 13th day of Halloween.
Oh my, how October's just flying by.
It's going a little bit too fast.
It is, and it makes me a little sad because I quite enjoy Halloween.
So do I. And it really hasn't cooled down to like October fall weather out here. It's still like in the 80s, so it doesn't really feel like fall.
Yeah, I mean, at nighttime it gets a little cooler, but not by much.
Not by much. Welcome to episode 25.
Wow, episode 25 already, huh?
Episode 25 already. That's 25 weeks of living the dream. Actually 26 weeks, but due to COVID, we had to miss a week.
Yeah, we did.
But only 1 week.
Yeah, because the other 2 weeks that I was pretty sick, we were able to do the remote episodes, but we're back now as of last week.
I gotta say, you are looking fantastically healthy.
I feel fantastic.
You do feel good, don't you?
Yep.
Thanks to Dr. Glenn, who was amazing, and he took excellent care of you. He's been our family doctor now. It seems like forever.
Yeah, since as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had so many people checking up on me, and
yep.
So
you sure did. So before we get started in our normal segments, like comments and things like that, this is the part of the show where normally I welcome a new country, new state, new province. We don't have any new states or countries or provinces to welcome. However, I did want to go through maybe some more statistics. I know I did a little bit last week, and I've got some interesting age statistics. Annie, what would you think is our most popular age demographic of podcast Rewritten listeners?
Late 20s, maybe 30s.
Okay, you would be incorrect about that. You would be incorrect, but you're close. Our most popular demographic is the 18 to 22-year-old graphic.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, at 38%.
Well, now let me tell you why I thought late 20s, maybe 30s, because everybody who played is like maybe in their mid to late 20s.
Well, now, our next most popular demographic is the 23 to 27-year-old demographic at 35%. What I found a little bit shocking is that we have a 60-plus demographic.
What's the percent?
Well, it's not that high. It's only 2%. But we've got some people 60 years old and up listening to us.
Wow. Well,
yeah.
hi, everyone.
Cool. Hi, everyone. And we also have a 0 to 17 demographic. So maybe we've got some toddlers listening in. I'm not sure.
Toon toddlers?
Toon toddlers, yeah. I'm not sure how they found us, but they make up 4% of our listening audience. Now,
nice.
I thought that was pretty cool. I know we got a bunch of comments this week. Would you like to get to a few?
Yes. So, in regards to the meetup for on Instagram, Forever Me Vicky Marie, says, glad I actually made it to this one. Had a blast and got me to play and beat some Toon tasks. Thanks again.
That's fantastic.
And that was from Forever Me Vicky Marie. I had to say it again because I messed it up.
Vicky Marie.
And then in regards to me maxing all of my gags, which I will talk about later.
Okay.
Ryan Hands says, you did it. Congrats. Being a max gag toon sure is a huge accomplishment.
It is. It is huge. And we'll talk about that later on.
Yeah, I don't want to.
What we did in game segment.
Yes. And those are all the comments I have.
Well, I'm sure we have a ton more comments.
We do.
Those are just the ones that we wanted to talk about.
Right.
So we did something a lot of fun this past Friday, didn't we?
We did. And we like to do this about once a month.
We try to do it once a month, yeah, at 9 p.m. Central Time, usually.
Yes. So, this past Friday at 9 p.m. Central, we did our monthly meetup sticker giveeway.
That was a lot of fun. I saw a lot of new faces there, too.
So did I. I saw a couple frequent faces, but
yes.
There was a lot of new faces there.
A lot of new faces.
So thank you for everyone who came out. There was beans thrown.
There was plenty of beans thrown. My bean jar is just overflowing.
Yeah,
which is pretty good because I just bought that, what's it called? Happy Hut thing.
Oh, yeah, you did.
So I was a little bit low on beans.
I got as many Unites as I could, which was only 3.
That's a lot.
But there was a few other people, throwing beans.
Throwing beans, yeah.
We took a group picture, and that's how we actually pick our winner. We write all the visible names we could down in a hat, and we picked 2 of them. So congratulations, who are Sir Mac and Pearl.
Yep, Sir Mac and Pearl, and congratulations to them. And I sent the stickers out the very next mailing day, which I think was Monday.
Yep. So
actually, Monday was a holiday, so even though I put them in the mailbox, they probably didn't get picked up till Tuesday.
Monday was a holiday?
Monday was Columbus Day / Indigenous People Day.
Oh my. See, now that, I've been out of high school for some odd years now, those days used to be in like our little agendas, and you just lose track of those things now.
You lose track of them, yeah.
So we usually post about our meetups and those type of things on our social media. So just look out for our next one, which will obviously be next month.
Yeah, we'll announce it on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Yeah. I'm bad about announcing things on Facebook.
Well, nobody really goes on Facebook anymore.
We don't have much of an audience on Facebook. Most of our audience is on Instagram and Twitter.
Right, absolutely.
So I mainly just post our episodes on Facebook.
Yeah. So I think you wanted to talk a little bit about Cartoonival, didn't you?
Yes, I did actually. So I just wanted to announce for anybody who hasn't really been on for a while or doesn't really know much about Cartoonival, Cartoonival will be ending October 20th. So if you haven't been on, you should really hop on there. It's personally helped me a lot with my cog suit promotions and my training my gags. So you should really probably hop on over there, get some multipliers, and if you don't know what those are, feel free to DM us, and we will tell you all about it. But yeah, hop on over to Cartoonival. It will be ending October 20th.
I think 40 pies, and I went in to buy gags last night actually, and when I went in to buy the gags, it reminded me that I'm carrying the maximum amount of pies. So can you buy the pies when you go buy gags as well? I didn't think so.
I'm very confused.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
When I went to go restock my gags,
right,
they reminded me that I had the maximum amount of pies.
Are you saying for Cartoonival?
For Cartoonival, yeah. I don't know why it reminded me.
The pies for Cartoonival you have to buy at Cartoonival.
I know, but then why did they remind me in the gag shop, in Goofy's gag shop? Maybe it was my imagination.
You can't
Maybe it was
buy
a dream I had. Maybe it was a dream I had. Never mind.
I had a dream about Toon Town the other night that I was one of the top all-time toons that there ever was. Me and like 3 other toons.
Really?
Isn't that crazy that I dreamt in Toon? We both dreamt in Toon Town. That's weird.
That is nuts.
Maybe it's because we have a Toon Town podcast.
Maybe that's because. Let's see here. So, what else did we want? Oh, I had found something interesting. I was actually on YouTube today, and I found a very, very interesting video, and I wanted to talk about it for a moment before I do my next history segment, which I'll have to find my notes for that, but that's okay. Now, I'd never heard of this guy before. His name is Poofesure, kind of like I think it's supposed to be a take on Professor, but it's Poofesure. He's got 2 million subscribers. This guy's huge, and he mainly does Nintendo games, I think. At least that's what it appeared to be. I went through his page a little bit, and he seems to do a lot of like vintage Nintendo games, and supposedly he gets pretty animated, judging by the comments. Like on the what's that game? The Wii. Like he throws the Wii controllers when he gets all animated and upset and angry and things like that. But so I found his channel on YouTube, and 5 days ago, Poofesure decided to play Toon Town Rewritten.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, 5 days ago. Now, like I said, he has 2 million subscribers, so he has a huge audience. And this particular video has been up for only 5 days, and it's got 111,000 views as of today, Halloween 13th, 2021. Now, he claims to have never played Toon Town before, but he remembers growing up watching the commercials for Toon Town online. So he was a brand new player, and this was the most accurate depiction of a new player. I kind of felt this way when I first started playing Toon Town about 7 months ago. It was very, very accurate. Now, he doesn't always use the best language. So it's definitely not a G-rated channel.
Right.
I wouldn't recommend it for kids, but
So this is not something that we can post on our podcast.
this is not something we could post on our podcast, but check it out. It's Poofesure. It is Poofesure. He's got 2 million subs. And 5 days ago, he played Toon Town Rewritten for the first time. This was the most accurate depiction of a new player playing Toon Town that I've ever seen. I experienced a lot of the same things he experienced, from making friends to doing your first Toon task to your first cog battle, trying to figure out the whole combat mechanics and things like that. It was incredible.
And you were actually telling me that it was actually a quite funny video.
It was hilarious. I was laughing from start to finish. And then I went and read the comments. And a lot of people in the comments played Toon Town online when they were younger, and they had no idea Toon Town Rewritten exists. So, he has exposed potentially 2 million new people to Toon Town Rewritten. How incredible is that?
That is incredible. You know, Toon Town Rewritten, in my opinion, deserves the exposure.
Oh, absolutely. When I took a look, there was like 500 and something comments, and it was all like, oh my goodness, I recall watching those commercials, or I played that game, or that was a huge part of my childhood. I had no idea Toon Town Rewritten even existed, this and that. So thank you, Poofesure, for exposing your viewers to the game that we know and we love.
I agree, and I cannot wait to watch that video because I have yet to watch it. You just told me about it when I got here.
Yeah, it's not something that we discussed because I just found out about it today. So everybody go check out that YouTube channel and let us know what you think. Let us know if that's actually pretty accurate to what your first gameplay was like.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm going to go check it out as soon as I leave here.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I think you'll like it. So I put our Toon Town Rewritten history segment on hold for a couple of weeks. You know, you were sick. I was in Walt Disney World looking for the original Toon Town online servers, things like that. And a lot of the Toon Town Rewritten history info I'm getting is from Reddit, a user named Jake. It's JHAAAAYKE. Fantastic. And where we left off was the residents of Toon Town figured out that Dr. Surly was actually Gyro Gearloose, and they figured out what happened to Dr. Fishington as well. So the two who were Dr. Fishington, Blue Dog, Red Cat, returned to Toon Town finally and revealed that they had been researching silly particles, and they have made many, many discoveries outside of the timeline. And they have put their collected knowledge together to create a final plan. And they hope to raise Toon Town silliness levels to heights never before seen. Hoping to bring Dr. Surly out of hiding because, as you recall, Dr. Surly sort of confined himself to his laboratory because he really felt guilty about all of this. The two announced that silly particles have been scattered all over Toon Town. So then all of a sudden on loonylabs.net, it was reported that a fire hydrant sprang to life on Silly Street, which is exactly what the two wanted because they figured Dr. Shirley would probably come out of his laboratory to go examine that, to kind of check it out. In the meantime, the two Dr. Fishingtons said that residents of Toon Town should collect all of the silly particles and bring them to Dr. Shirley on Silly Street because he was going to come out to study the dancing fire hydrant, which we went over last week, didn't we?
Yep, we sure did.
The fire hydrant and then the trash bin and the
I think the mailbox, yep.
all started dancing due to the silly particles and the overall rising silliness of Toon Town. Well, Toon residents rose to the occasion, collected all of these silly particles and brought them to Surly, which would help the two and Surly redesign the silly meter, which the Fishingtons also revealed on loonylabs.net, telling them all about the true history of Toon Town, about the original Cog invasion, and also revealing the discovery of the Cellbot HQ. So with all of this going on, they're finally ready to test out the silly meter for the first time, but all sorts of undue chaos ensued, and the two Dr. Fishingtons began phasing in and out of existence. Yet the two tell all the residents of Toon Town that even though they're phasing in and out of existence, the final plan is finally underway. I thought I was going to be able to finish the Toon Town history segment. However, I'm not going to be able to this week because it is so long and intricate, and I'll try to finish it up next week. I don't know if I will, but I'll try to finish it up next week. I don't want to take too much time.
Wow. Well, I absolutely love your history segments, and I know that the listeners do too.
We had asked some of them if they did, and yeah, they do seem to enjoy the history. I guess maybe not a lot of people are aware of it, or they just think it's a continuation of Toon Town Online, which it's really not. It's got its own rich and varied history.
Yeah. So, what did you do in game?
In game this week, I have been looking for what is the name of that? Let me look at my notes here. The name of those guys, the downsizers.
Downsizers?
They're boss bots, I think, right? Aren't they? Downsizers.
You're really putting me on the spot here.
Downsizers are boss bots, yeah, as I recall. I need 12 downsizers, okay, to complete another track of my trap, right? Downsizers are hard to find. Unless there's a specific downsizer invasion, which is kind of sort of rare anyway, these guys are hard to find. I went on that Toon HQ app to see where I could find boss spots, and it recommended Barnacle Boulevard in Donald's Dock for a 90% chance of boss spots. So I went. I ran there immediately. What did I find? Flunkies, pencil pushes, micro manages, but no downsizers.
Do you ever look at the invasions? Because there's downsizer invasions.
I've seen them too in the past, but it seems like every time I get on,
I've seen them a few times in the past couple of days, but I'm also on for hours at a time.
I don't have that much time. So then I went down a little bit further on Toon HQ, and I also saw that there was a 90% on Walrus Way in the Burr. I've never been to the Burr.
You should just do a building on that street, like a 1-story if there is one.
Really?
Yeah, because they could be. Yeah.
Well, in any event, I went to Walrus Way in the Burr, and I found a couple of downsizers walking around. The Burr is like it's all frozen, and there's a lot of snow and ice. I've never been there. So I went there, turned a corner, and of course I got caught in a battle with not a downsizer, but something else. So I had to fight my way out of that, exhausted almost all my gigs. I had no idea all of the downsizers I was able to find were like level 7. They're pretty high level, I guess. And so it took me like a full pie in the face, and the fire hydrant squirt gag, and then another seltzer bottle squirt just to take down one downsizer, at which point I was down to like 30 laugh points, so I had to go back to the playground, eat some more of those snowflake power-ups, get some of my laugh points back, and go back, and I'll probably do the same thing tonight.
Wow, that's doing too much for just one downsizer.
I need guidance. I should have just called you.
You should go on Toon HQ, find a building in the Burr, and then make a group. I can show you how to do it after this.
Okay, that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do.
And then just do some buildings until you get all your downsizers.
All right, let's do it. What did you do this week?
Wow. So I accomplished quite a bit. I spent a lot of time in game. So first, for my main toon, I collected 30 of 40 flowers, and I got a trophy and a laugh boost.
Oh, I forgot to say, I got a laugh boost.
Oh, you got a laugh boost?
Fishing. I got a trophy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and a laugh boost.
What laugh are you now?
52 or 53.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice. When we started the podcast, I was an 84 laugh.
Wow.
And now I'm a 113.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
I just want to throw that out there. And now this past week, I maxed all my gags.
That is incredible.
The last gag that I needed to max was my drop, which is a pain. But with the gag multipliers from Cartoonable, I was able to do it.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so I started at 84 on this podcast, and now I'm a 113.
Can I ask, what's the gag multipliers?
So at Cartoonable, you know how there's a pie stand, and there's another stand for Merry Multipliers. So first off, in order to get pies, let me backtrack a little bit. So to get tokens, you have to either play games.
Right. Trampoline.
Yeah. And then, or you can get pies and throw them at Clef. So with the tokens, you can take them to the Merry Multiplier stand, and you can buy either double gag experience or double cog suit promotion experience. And these last anywhere from a few hours to a couple of days. And so say you buy the double gag experience. Now, when you go in battle, you get double points for your gags.
What if you do it during an invasion?
Probably get even more points.
Double?
Double.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Yeah, so you get even more points than you would have.
That's fantastic.
Exactly. So, yeah, I am a max toon now with my gags.
You are an elite toon, maxed gags.
Now I just need to work on my cog suits and racing and gardening and golf.
And then you'll be a completely maxed out toon.
Yeah, it's going to take a minute, though.
How is Food Court doing?
Okay, so Food Court got 10 of 40 flowers and got a trophy and a laugh boost. She got the large watering can. She got her level 5 hose squirt gag. She got another 2-point laugh boost, and then another 2-point laugh boost. I'm just reading off my notes here. And then she got her level 5 drop gag. And you know what? I forgot to write down what her laugh was because I can't remember. So I think food court is like a 55 left.
So you even surpassed me.
That's how it seems.
I need to really get going. I need to find more time to spend in Toon Town.
Well, look, when you get home from work, you settle down, just get your laptop in bed, and that's what I do.
I have a hard time doing anything in bed except sleeping. It's hard for me, but I'll get to it. I promise.
I feel you. So that's what I did this week.
That's excellent. Well, let's see. I think that's about everything. Honestly.
Yeah. I wanted to make one announcement.
Yes, you do.
So, for our new listeners, I just wanted to let you guys know that we do have a few social medias. So, we are on Instagram, and our...
Right.
Yes, the gram. So, our username is Podcast Rewritten. One word. Just Podcast Rewritten.
Easy.
We are also on Twitter. And our username on Twitter is Podcast Rewrit.
Why don't we have Podcast Rewritten?
So the reason for that is I tried, but you can't use that many letters. Now you can look up Podcast Rewritten; it'll come up because our like you can put your full name, but the username Podcast Rewrit REWRITT.
We're also on Facebook.
We are also on Facebook. Just look up Podcast Rewritten; you will find it.
That will pop up.
Now we are also on YouTube. Podcast Rewritten. Just look up Podcast Rewritten.
And we're the new Podcast Rewritten, not the old Podcast Rewritten.
That's a couple episodes ago.
We had no idea. We're sorry.
Yeah, at like 6 years ago, they only have one video. We had no idea.
We had no idea.
They haven't posted anything since, so.
Well, I guess that's it then. I'm gonna go show Annie that video, Poofesure. I think I'm saying.
And I'm gonna go watch it.
I'm gonna go watch it. All right, Toons. We'll see you next week, and check out our social media in the meantime.
Stay tuney.